good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I am just a little bit behind. Hey, Dan. Dan's in the house. Quano Man, how's it going? Good to see you. Evening for you. Yes, indeed. Let's see. I am still trying to sort out exactly what we're going to be doing today. So most likely just chatting or maybe doing some painting as well, because I have to get some painting done on the Land Rover. And Eric's in the house. Good morning, Eric. And John Paul. I have not checked my email. I actually just woke up, so I will be going through my email later today. So I know it's kind of a late start, but I've been having, my back has been really bad lately, so it's hard to fall asleep, and then I end up sleeping in too late. So KX4 Gaming, good morning. How's it going? Good to see you. And so there's a few things I wanted to kind of talk about for those of you that kind of follow the different part work builds and stuff like that. And I haven't received anything from Eagle Moss for several months now, so I don't really know where the Ecto 1 and the Enterprise are. I still have some backlogged video that I've taken of the Gone in 60 Seconds Mustang. And so I have a few more that I can put out of that, but we're kind of going to be focusing the next few weeks on the Bismarck, because I have loads and loads of parts for that to put together. So depending on what I end up deciding to do with the other subscriptions, I don't know if I'm going to continue them. The Gone in 60 Seconds Mustang, for sure, I will continue that one, just because the overall quality of that build is a heck of a lot better than the other ones. But I think maybe by the end of February, I can give a full response as to whether or not I'm going to continue the Ecto 1 or the Enterprise. Because if not, there's other builds out there that I'd like to work on. The Bismarck is coming along very, very nicely. And as you guys have seen, on Wednesday, there will be a new release. Let me double check that real quick and see which one I have for Wednesday. Wednesday will be the Land Rover. That's right. And then Friday, I will have another post of the Bismarck. So Wednesday, we will have a release of the part 2 of the Land Rover, which I'm actually really excited to get back into this one and kind of focus on finishing it, just because this is this Revell kit. A lot of you have probably seen that. Sorry, the light shining through my blinds. A lot of you have probably seen this one, and it's a really nice mold, and everything fit together very, very nicely. And overall, for those of us that are Land Rover lovers, it's a great kit for what it is. And so I'll be happy to get that one finished. And I have some painting I have to do to finish up on the interior and some detail work. And then I think we should be able to start putting her together. And then Friday, I will release the part 3 of the Bismarck. And so kind of that's my plan moving forward as of right now, is to have at least one part work build during the week, and then one of the regular plastic models. And I'm basically going to try to finish up all of the in-progress builds that we've got going on. And then we can start some of these group builds that I have, because I also have the Enterprise from the new Star Trek movies. So we call it the JJ Prize. And I will be starting that one as well. But I have some more things that I need to get for that. I want to do a lighting kit for it. And Mark over at Mark's Mods, he is going to be doing an Arduino. And Kenny hates Arduino, I know, but I want to learn it just so I get some background into the electronic phase of things. And he's going to be doing so Mark's Mods will be doing a kind of a tutorial on Arduino and programming and all that. And so I really look forward to that one. It will definitely be a really interesting segment that he's going to be doing on his channel. And just one thing, let's see, I didn't set all of this up like I should have. So there's also another build that I was pretty excited to get a pre-order of the SR71. And I don't know that I'm going to actually build the SR71 anytime soon. Most likely I won't, but it's the new Rebel SR71, and it's, oh my goodness, is it a amazing kit. And I can't wait to get it. I won't get mine until later in February. And Eric, my coffee's right here, buddy. You reminded me I need to drink it because it's going to get cold. Let me pull this up real quick and see. Of course, it's not where I want it to be. There we go. So it's funny because I was, Andy's Hobbies headquarters and Sprue Brothers are my two typical go-to sites. I've been checking out Cult Man TV, and I do have some pre-orders with him as well. But when the SR71 was available on, let's see, here it is right here. I'll switch the screen over. When it was available for pre-order, I couldn't wait. So I went ahead and pre-ordered it, and now look at it. The pre-orders are sold out. And that's kind of becoming common. So if you haven't gotten yours, don't worry. I talked to Andy, and he said that there will be more coming in at some point. So if you haven't ordered or pre-ordered yours, there's also a few other sites. If you go over to the Hobby Link International, there's a few other sites, and we have a thread in the forum for the SR71, and I believe Spencer had posted several other companies that it's available at. So that's pretty exciting. And KX4 was saying, are you going to do your own board for the JJ Prize? That I don't know yet. If Hobby Link International is able to get a board produced for it, I don't know where in the works they are with that. So it's one thing I've been bugging Spencer and Kenny about is, can we get a JJ Prize lighting board? And so it is something that is on their minds, and I know they would love to do it because they did the Grissom board. So for those of you that have pre-ordered the Grissom, if you head over to Hobby Link International and order your board, you can you just go to the shop section of the website, and you'll find the Grissom board is available now, and so you can order that for the Grissom. Unfortunately, for the JJ Prize, we don't have it yet at Hobby Link International, so I'm hoping that it comes out soon. What I'm going to do is attempt to make the Arduino setup for it, so I have it as a backup. But I have two JJ Prizes, so I can always put the HLI board into the second one if I decide to do that down the road. So I think that's pretty exciting. There's a lot of other boards available over at HLI as well. And then also, for those of you that are HLI members, you know that Eric has been talking about doing the Bismarck and then the 1/350 scale Bismarck. And then I, of course, want to do a 1/350 Bismarck. I'm going to most likely get the trumpeter kit. I looked at the Revell kit, and I've been told the Revell kit is absolutely just amazing. But I don't know. I haven't really looked at it. And I know the trumpeter kit, there's a lot of great accessories that you can get for it. But when I was looking into the Revell Bismarck, there is a set that you can buy over at Sprue Brothers. And that one, let me pull this up real quick, because they have a complete, I think I have too many things open. And just out of curiosity, okay, I seem to be buffering a little bit, and I think that might be because I have too much stuff. Okay. Hopefully I'm back. I think I might be having some issues. Am I still with you guys? So while we're waiting, I'm going to pull this up. So let me know in chat if you guys can still see me and if I'm still streaming. I might have to end it and start it over again. But while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to pull up the Bismarck over here. Okay, so ow. Okay, sorry, I can't move very much because it hurts like hell if I do. Okay, so over on Sprue Brothers, I'm going to shift the screen over to here. We have, so you have the Revell 1/350 scale detail set. And then for $200, Pontos makes the detail up set for the Revell kit. And so I was kind of curious about this one. I wanted to do some more research and just really see what all comes in this kit. And unfortunately, it didn't look like there was it does say stained wooden deck. So this one actually might be an option. And so basically for roughly the same price as the Free Time Hobbies is a great one for ships too. That's good to know. You know what? Free Time Hobbies, I haven't actually looked at them, so that would be a good one to check out. But this detail upset for the Revell kit, I think would just absolutely blow it out of the water. But over at HobbyLink International, I had ordered the barrels and stuff already for Eric's and my kit. So we're going to be getting some photo etch, or not some photo etch, some resin parts, as well as the barrels for the guns. So yeah, it's just there's a lot of different options. So I'm not really sure which particular model I'm going to get. I may end up just getting them both just to see, because I do like the Edward kit. But this Pontos set is absolutely just brilliant for the Revell Bismarck. I haven't heard too many reviews on the actual fit and finish of the Revell kit. So that's kind of why I still wanted to go with the trumpeter. And then I'm also going to be ordering here at some point the 1-200 trumpeter Bismarck, because I have to. It's just one of those things. It's the way of life, you know. No modeler is complete without a 1-200 Bismarck. And then I'm also going to be ordering the hood to complete that set. Let's see. and Lewis is in the house. How's it going, Lewis? Welcome. Photo etch. Yes. Very much so. I think I've kind of caught in that bug, you know. So the Hind has so much photo etch and so many different options with it as well, that one's going to be a lot of fun. I ordered a photo etch bender. I got the large one. I can't remember the manufacturer, but definitely I think it'll make it a lot more helpful with bending it, because right now I just have a really big wide set of the duckbill pliers, and they're almost too big, so I need to get a smaller set too. KX was saying the Pontos have great sets. That's what I've heard. And so the Ben over at the Midwest Model Shop, he usually ends up ordering both PE sets and upgrade sets, or detail up sets for like the Titanic that he's building right now. He ended up getting two different versions. When one of them was the Pontos, and so he kind of uses different parts from each one. And KX was saying hi to Lewis, and Lewis was saying hi to Kevin, who is KX4 Gaming, and Eric was saying hi to Lewis, and Lewis was saying hi to Eric, and Lewis was saying, "I'm jealous you're ordering them kits." Well, you know what, Lewis? It's going to be over time, obviously. You know, so here's my game plan. And so a little sneak peek for you guys is Sprue Brothers, who is a great company that I've ordered parts through and kits through. Every Black Friday, they have it's like a huge sale, a Black Friday sale. And so the more you spend, the more you save. And you can also get free shipping. And so my plan is to not really spend a lot of money on any kits, and throughout the course of the year. And then when Black Friday hits, I'm going to run over to Sprue Brothers and just load up my cart and buy all those kits, because I'll be able to save some money on shipping and on everything else with those, assuming they're all available at that time. But I'm really hoping that, like right now, the hood isn't available, but they are saying that hopefully by later in the year, July, they should have more of the trumpeter kits available. So that's pretty exciting. And Lewis was saying the Pontos are really good. That's what I've heard. And then the Quintas sets for aircraft and stuff, I've heard those are really good. I haven't actually tried one, but Richie over at RW Hobbies, the other day, he released a video on using the Quintas detail sets. And so that's really cool, because I want to get one for the Hind. And Lewis is saying, if I remember right, the Pontos Titanic set is $180. Yeah, for you guys, it's about $180. For us, it's about $200. So And we have Nat in the house, Dexterous Crafter. Good evening, Kalan. Good evening to you, Nat. Thanks for joining us. And, and she's yelling at Lewis, why are you not asleep? So I'm assuming Lewis has a pretty short turnaround on his work today. So I do appreciate you guys popping in. It's always fun to have you guys. So I did order. So here's another one that we kind of talked about the Grissom a little bit. And let me pull up Cult TV Man. So there's a few different places where you can pre-order the Grissom. And this, again, is the new release of the 1/350 scale. And I'll pull that up right here. And these are still available for pre-order from Cult TV Man. And it's a really it's a really cool ship. It's been molded. I think they had an original version, but I don't know if it came in 1/350. And this kit is it's going to be huge, and they have a lot of different options for it. And like I said, HobbyLink International has created the board for this already. So if you're looking at getting the Grissom or already have pre-ordered it, or in the UK, if you already have it in hand, head over to HobbyLink International and you can buy your board for the Grissom. So I'm pretty excited about this one too. I'm not too familiar with the ship itself, because it was just one of those that popped in here and there throughout the series, and it was the actual model of this was used in various different ships throughout the entire series. So definitely going to be a cool addition to the fleet. And I'll show you a couple other pictures here if you're not familiar with it. And look at that next to the Voyager here, just absolutely huge. So I'm not sure when we were supposed to hear about getting these this month, and we haven't heard anything. So hopefully soon here it will be available. And KX4 Kevin was saying, I want to try the Red Fox cockpit detail set. I may just have to order a kit to use it. That, the Red Fox, never even heard of them until last week. And now all of a sudden, everybody and their mother, including Nigel, are talking about these Red Fox cockpit detail sets. And if you haven't seen them, go to redfox.com. I went and checked out their website the other day, and it's called Red Fox Studio. And here, we'll pull this up real quick too. So if you're not familiar with them, you guys can kind of take a look. But this is their SR-71 Blackbird, the detail kit for that. And let's see if I can get it to actually open. And it's outstanding. So for those of you familiar with Quintas, I would say the Red Fox detail up sets for the cockpits and stuff is actually a little bit even more superior to Quintas. And all the details, they're raised, they pop out, everything's nicely painted. I mean, just look at the amount of detail. And you can see even the switches and everything, they're raised and just absolutely beautiful. And so there's a little bit of cleanup that you're going to have to do on certain kits that might already have some of the detail put into it. But so you just file that down or sand it down, and then you can put these detail sets onto your cockpit. And so Nigel, he kind of showed a few of them, and then a few other modelers. I saw some other videos posted of people putting these up on their channel. And also installing them onto their kits. So I tried to, it's funny because I tried to look for one, and that's not a bad price for a detail upset of that quality. But I tried to look for one for the Hind, and they don't have it. So unfortunately, they don't have one for the Hind, which maybe they will at some point. But Kevin, definitely, this is the Red Fox Studios stuff is something that I definitely will be looking at in the future as well. Just because I think I mean, Quintus was pretty spectacular, or Quantos, whatever that, but Red Fox, I mean, they're just going to blow them out of the water. And Nat was saying that's a nice look, or that looks a nice kit. Yes, it does. The Grissom, I assume you're talking about. And Jay's in the house. Hi, Jay. How are you? Always good to see you. Hi, Kalan. Hope everyone is okay and well. Yeah, I'm struggling at the moment a bit. Just my back, it's not good, but surgery is around the corner, so I'm hoping it comes sooner than later. And Kenny's in the house. HobbyLink International. Hello, all. And Kenny, actually, speaking of the Red Fox, I was wondering if maybe they would be willing to do the dropship thing with you as well, and Red Fox Studios, just because the quality of those are just superb. But I don't know. I mean, I know that can get a bit complicated. Nat was saying hi to Kenny, and Kevin was saying, hey, Kenny. And Kenny was saying hi to Nat and Kevin. And Ultraman Top or Toys update. Good, bro. How's it going? Good to see you. And so, yeah, those are pretty much the only things I have on pre-order at the moment. I did one other thing I was going to get was the Mandalorian in the best ghost armor, I think they call it, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about that one at the moment, just because I don't have a lot of Star Wars stuff. So we'll see. That could be changing down the road, but I already have so much on the plate and up and coming that I want to kind of scale back a little bit and just focus on getting the kits that are in progress finished, and getting those up on the channel, and then we'll start some new ones. The Hind probably will be starting that one around March, and then I've already started the Sherman, but I haven't really posted anything on that yet. And the reason for that is like I said, I want to get all the video updated on the kits that are currently in progress. And Kenny was saying, I will talk to Paul and have him contact them. We just got a new supplier, so new products coming soon. Awesome. So yeah, again, head over. Always keep an eye on HobbyLink International on the website for any new products coming in. And there's always great sales as well on certain things. And if you're not part of the community, I always recommend checking out the community and join if you'd like to, just because it's a great group of people. Lewis is saying Star Wars. Yeah, I know. I'm not. So I will be honest. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I was one of those growing up that Star Trek was more my thing. So it's like I've missed a lot of the whole Star Wars shows and movies, and just never really piqued my interest. But it's one of those things where some of their kits are pretty nice, so it's always fun to build something out of the norm that you're not used to, and so that's always fun. Lewis is saying Nat won't let me do the tall ship group build. Really? Well, it's like Kenny said, what if something just shows up at the house? Then you kind of have to build it, don't you? So I just don't know what tall ship. You might have to put some hints out there of which ship you want, and one might just show up at the house, and then that will just have to let you build it, right? Or Kenny was saying more military aftermarket resin. That is going to be fantastic. There's a lot of new stuff coming on the market, especially not just for the sci-fi end of things, but for planes and tanks and other military things as well, which is always really awesome. So um, it's going to be cool to see what HobbyLink International gets in for that. And Nat was saying, yes, the film franchise that you need to watch, seen as you haven't seen a single one. Really? I don't know. I've seen a few, but not, you know, I just remember some of them as kids, and then I did watch. I can't remember the one that Natalie Portman was in, and the only reason I watched that was because she was in it, to be honest. And that was years and years ago. I think I was in college when that came out. I give you permission. So Kenny's giving Lewis permission to build to do the Tall Ships group build. Thank you, Kenny. Nat, you have been told. And Nat says, excuse me, Lewis, I gave you permission. Oh, no. He might do it. Oh, she gave him permission if it was a paper model, right? Kenny's laughing, and Lewis is saying, did you not? And Lewis is saying it would have been the HMS Victory. Oh man, you know what though, Lewis? The Victory is going to take like 6 years to build. That kit, I would die to get my hands on the wooden Victory kit. That it's such a cool history, and that the ship is currently being restored or down in somewhere in the UK. It's being restored, and it's a beautiful ship, and it has such a wonderful history as well. And the actual kit that some of the model builders are building, some of them have been building it for over 6 years, but it's definitely a very cool ship, and that would be really tough to try to get that one built in a year, especially if you're starting any time later than January. But that would be a cool ship to do. And Nat was saying, yes, I did. It's our daughter that you need to convince. I think Paige would be pretty easy to convince on that one, especially if she saw the actual ship. And Lewis is saying, she means I haven't watched a single Star Wars film. Oh, yeah. That I can believe, and I don't blame you. But no, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's funny because there's, excuse me, there's always the Star Wars fans and then the Star Trek fans, and then there's the rare few that like both of them. So, it's always funny. I gotta get a sip of coffee here. Oh man, it's getting cold. Kevin was saying, there you go, Lewis. Just tell her it's a history lesson. Bing! There you go. And Nat was saying, save your pennies and you can get HMS Victory. I'm pretty sure there's a Partworks build for it right now, but I don't know. I was kind of following it on World of Wayne, but then it's kind of stalled. So I'm wondering if he hasn't been getting parts for it. And Steve from the Maker's Cave is in. Afternoon, Kalan. Hi, Steve. How's it going? Always good to see you. Hope everything is well. So I was saying, like, this week I'm going to kind of focus a bit on getting some painting done and working on the Land Rover. I also am planning on, let me pull it out here real quick, the Pontiac GTO is still basically in the box because I need to do some more work on the body and do some more wet sanding. But I think what I've decided is I'm going to buy another MPC kit and just take the body out of it and redo the entire body, because I'm not happy with the scribe lines on this. They're very, very wide. So if you were to scale this up to a real size car, you could literally stick your thumb in there. And so I want to do it some justice, because I do love the GTO. And this was kind of practice getting back into the hobby of working on cars and stuff. And so this body might come into play down the road. Who knows? I could always do do a different diorama with a totaled GTO and just kind of really go to town on it. But for this particular one that I've been working on, I want to get a new body and just kind of make it better and look a little bit cleaner. And Eric was saying Lewis needs to do diamond art. No way. He will. I don't think he will ever do diamond art. There is this really cool diamond art for the Root Master that I've seen, and I don't know if I could convince my wife to do diamond art. She's more into sewing and board games. Her thing is board games. We have an entire shelf. I can't really show you guys, but there is an entire shelf with probably over 50 board games, and some of them are like Everdell, what are they? Wingspan, like all those kind of games and stuff like that, which is always pretty cool. She gets mad because I don't play them with her, but it's confusing to me to go from playing one board game to a different one, because you got to learn all these different things and rules, and it gets a little bit confusing. We did play Quarriors quite a bit when we first got married, which is kind of an interesting card game, and I actually enjoyed Quarriors. It was a lot of fun, but it's just one of those where we just don't really. We probably should spend more time together playing. Nat was saying there's a part works, but it's over £1,000 to buy outright, which he wants to do. Lewis, to be honest, that's the way to go if you're going to get that one. But yeah, then you got to save up that money, and that's a lot of money for a part work. But in the end, that I think what you could do with that ship and the amount of time that you would spend on it, it wouldn't be an overnight or a 1 year thing. You'd be spending about 6+ years working on it. And I've considered it maybe down the road at some point, because I would love to do a wooden ship. My dad has built years and years and years ago, when he was younger than me, he has built wooden ships, and they just turn out phenomenal. He was in the Coast Guard, and so he's the same as me. He's got the sea in his blood, and so he's always been really fascinated with ships and stuff like that. And for those of you that don't know Lewis, the model making trucker, he is a big ship guy as well. And absolutely just loves anything pertaining to the ocean. So Lewis saying that wouldn't work. Kevin, my daughter takes after her mother. She does. I know you've got Connor, and she has Paige on her side. So no, Eric, never again. Oh, for the diamond art, yeah. Kenny was saying, ouch, that is expensive. It is, but Kenny, if you were to see the ship itself, and it all depends on the modeler too, just how much work they're going to put into it. And there's a few modelers, I can't remember their names, but there's a few that have just done the ship absolute justice. And there's also a lot of debate on the colors for it, and even with the retrofit that's happening to the real Victory right now, there's some debate on what colors they're going to be painting certain things. Nat was saying, I've got more of a chance of going to Mars before Lewis does another diamond art, Eric. Oh, hey, in 2028, I think we're going to be going to Mars, so who knows? Rascal's Hobbies Eric says, looks cool, actually. Yes, it does. Kenny was saying the diamond art is cool. A 1/700 scale pink heart diamond art. Pink, pink, pink. Pink tank. Yes, they're and or as properly said, off red or whatever. I don't know. I got the Bane Blade. I won the Bane Blade in a drawing um, from a YouTube channel, and I'm kind of glad that I got it, but I'm not a Warhammer person, and Nat really loves Warhammer. So I'm curious to see when she does her Baneblade, what she's going to paint it up as. I was thinking of just kind of going and just going all out and not painting it mine anything like Warhammer, just doing something completely off and different with it. So we'll see. Nat was saying, "I love your thinking, Kenny." And they're all laughing. And Lewis says, "No." And Kenny says, "I will have to live stream some diamond art with my pink." You should, Kenny, and do the Root Master. But no, there's actually some other really cool diamond art out there that I've seen. So it's, you know what? I think you should, Kenny. It would be fun. Just think of that would actually open up HobbyLink International to an entire different set of crafters. There you go. So we get some people in that are doing a different side of the hobby or a different hobby altogether, which would be kind of fun. And let's see. Nat said, "Be right back. Just putting the kids to bed." All right. Take care, Nat. We'll see you later. Also, make sure you tuck Lewis in. Lewis was saying, "I'm saving for that one, but the group build, I will do the Airfix Victory." Oh, nice. So hold the phone. I have not seen that. I'm going to go onto Airfix right now. I don't think I've actually seen this. Let's see what we can find here. Just hold the phone real quick. I'll do one other chat. Let's see. Bring them all in. Yes, Lewis, or yes, Kenny, we need to get more people involved in just different types of hobbies. And hello, Ian Campbell. How are you? Good morning. It's a good evening for you. It's always good to see you. And just a big shout out to Ian Campbell, our one and only patron at the moment. And I do very much appreciate you, Ian. And he is the proud owner of Partwork Upgrades in the UK. If you're not familiar with Partwork Upgrades, what Partwork Upgrades does is they have various different upgrades and stuff for not only Partworks but other kits as well. And they have a lot of power mods. And one of the most exciting things that I have seen that Ian has just kind of come out with, and it just got posted on their site a few days ago, is the Bismarck Power Mod. I'm super excited about that one because the Bismarck is going to suck up a lot of batteries. And so if you are building, it doesn't matter if it's the Hachette Bismarck or the Agora Models Bismarck, the power mod will work for those. And so you just have to select what type of wall plug you need, and he'll send it over with a converter. And it's a really inexpensive, a very good deal at this time too. So I definitely recommend if you've done the Bismarck or doing it. He also has power mods for other builds, so that I think he's doing one for the Titanic as well. And then one of the most brilliant things that Ian has come up with are these covers, these dust covers that go over your models so they don't get dusty while you're building them. But there's all kinds of other things over at Partwork Upgrades, and please head over and check them out. And see, one other thing real quick, Ian, I sent Vince an email, but I haven't heard back from him, so I'm assuming he's probably pretty busy. So I wasn't sure. I sent over everything I thought he needed, but I haven't heard anything back because I wasn't sure if he needed a picture of my face or not. But a little background on that is Ian has been so generous to help get a new logo for the channel, and an artist by the name of Vince will be drawing that up, and then we'll have a new logo for the channel, which is pretty exciting. So, all right, yeah, I'll probably send him another email. So, Lewis was saying, hello, Ian. I got your email for the Bismarck Power Pack. I forwarded it to the wife to gain permission to purchase, but she takes a while to respond. Yeah. No problems from Ian. And he said, check in with Vince. Yeah. I'll make sure I do that. So let's head over real quick to the Airfix site. And Mark from Edinburgh in Modeling Cave is in. Hi, Mark. How's it going? Evening all. Just back from the man cave and still chipping away at the Rebel Foos truck. That will be such a cool build, Mark. Thanks for stopping by and joining us today. I look forward to seeing that. Mark does some just absolutely amazing work on his builds, and just a really great modeler, great guy and all. And just does some beautiful, beautiful work. So I'm going to look up Victory. And let's see, HMS Victory. So there's the Black Seas, and then there's this one. So let's take a look at so this is the modern era Victory. Not a bad price either. It's out of stock though. That's too bad. It's 1/1/8 or 1/180 scale. So that would be a Vintage Classics, a cool kit. I want to see the other one. I didn't even know that. Oh, here we go. There's the Cutty Sark, and so the other ones. Let's see what they have here. No, I don't know what the pre-order is. They've got a few different options, I'm sure. And Kenny was saying, Paul is already on emailing Red Fox just because you asked, Kalan. That's awesome. That would be great if we could get them. How old are these Airfix kits? Mark was asking. You know, that's a good question. Lewis said old, Mark. They're the classics. Okay, that would make sense. I want to see what the other. Because they have this one. The Black Seas is out of stock too. But I'm sure they'll be more in stock, or there's other places to find them. They do. Oh, and then the starter set. I don't know what all is in the starter set. That can't possibly be for $17.99. That can't possibly be the full ship or a large scale. It's got to be smaller. Yeah. So anyways, that's really cool though. I had seen another Victory from another company at one point, but I can't remember who had made it. Mark was saying that's something you need to think about, old molds and flash. That's true. Lewis was saying I wouldn't touch the starter set again. Was it really small too, I imagine? And Mark was saying same here, Lewis. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you. Let me get another sip of coffee here. So for those of you that have been kind of following along on the Titanic, Agora Models has released the Titanic, excuse me, to the United States, and it's the one with the metal hull. And I've seen a few people are getting that one. I'm not really going to even look at getting that one because I would much rather build the Trumpeter 1/200 scale. that way I can really modify it and do any mods and adjustments to it, because the hull has a few adjustments that need to be made on the trumpeter kit and stuff as well. So Lewis was saying it was about 4 inches, and that's being generous. Really? Wow. And that's fiddly, I bet. That's, I mean, for a starter set too, um, that's got to be really a tough kit to build. I couldn't imagine. Um, the only other ship, so I have the New Orleans that I kind of started, and if you follow me on any of my on the Facebook or at HobbyLink International, if you follow me in the forums over there, I did start the New Orleans, and it's pretty much ready for paint. So that one I will be posting on the channel here pretty soon. And again, that is just a practice for doing a 1/700 Pearl Harbor diorama down the road. So that's going to be probably like a whole 10-year project and stuff like that. And Kenny was saying that's what she said. Mark was saying, wow, that big. And Kenny's laughing. And Lewis is saying it had 2 hull halves, 3 masts, and a deck. Oh, and the sails. Okay. So there probably wasn't a whole great amount of detail. Probably didn't have all the cannons and stuff like that. I was assuming the cannons were molded into it. So yeah, that's for $17 though. I'm kind of tempted just to get it, just to see what it looks like. And Kevin was saying, come on, we all know everything is 6 inches. Lewis say she told me she was happy. Oh man. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. I do have kind of one of the ones that I had started was the 1937 Chevrolet. And this is the Lindbergh kit. To be honest with you, Lindbergh kits, I don't know if I will ever do one again. I might, just because I like to punish myself. But she's pretty much all together for the most part. I just have to finish painting and all that. So here's why I don't like this kit. Look at the wheels. That wheel, there's nothing I can do to bring that wheel back unless I hack it off and try to move it. But that is where it is supposed to be, when you put it together. And so I'm really unhappy with overall the fit of this. But again, these kits weren't meant to be, anything special. They're basically what they call a tabletop kit. And so you basically, what you get is what you get. And I did go through and clean up all these lines back here. And it's, for the most part, I got the interior somewhat painted. It's mostly ready for paint. And I think I'm just going to call this one good. And so I'll spend some time on this one this week as well, just finishing up some of the paint. Does it? There we go. We're back. Kenny was saying that's all that matters, which is true. And Mark was saying Lewis was gutted by the kit as it had no PE. That's true. Could you imagine doing photo etch on a kit that small though? Like, I was tempted to get the photo etch for the New Orleans, which is available. There is a 1/700 photo etch set for that, and it like includes the cranes and stuff, but the cranes are so small already that oh my gosh, and it had railings. The railings would be so difficult, but I'm slightly tempted to get the photo etch set for the New Orleans just to play around with it a little bit. And Lewis is saying, I really was, Mark. Nat has said, I'm not allowed to buy any PE for the Shackleton. It's so hard to not look and buy. That's true. We all get a little bit excited when we see different upgrade sets and photo etch and all that. And that is a nice off red color. Yes, it is. So what this is, and the reason this is pink or off red, is because that is the Stynylrez dull pink primer. And at the time when I was painting, that was the only the only primer that would shoot out of my airbrush and not get clogged up and all that. So I basically, while it was flowing really good, I just ended up painting everything that I had that needed to be primed in this color. So you'll see a lot of in the upcoming videos, a lot of these are basically this dull pink, and that's just because at the time that was what was shooting through my airbrush at fairly decently and wasn't giving me a headache. So I have since then learned to get some of the grays and the black primers to flow right. But I'm still on the fence about the Stynylrez. I like the Stynylrez because it's sandable and it dries really nice and works with just about any paint. But and Steve was saying, did he freeze or is it just me? It was everybody. For some reason, I'm pulling a Kenny Conklin and my internet is being weird. So Lewis was saying 1/700. And if you're talking about the scale that does not exist, yeah. So for the New Orleans, they do have the photo etch in that. And somebody on Hobbylink International on the forum had pointed that out to me and said, hey, they do have it available. It's not too late to do it. And so, so I was like, yeah, maybe. We'll see. Freeze time. Yep, yep, yep. No such scale. That's right, Kenny. If you mention 1/700 to Lewis, he doesn't even hear it. And Kevin was saying, do it. Yeah, I'm tempted. I might just do it just because I actually did like the cranes. The cranes that come with the photo etch look really good. Kenny was saying, man, 700 scale PE, I could never do that. Well, you know what? Lewis was doing photo etch for the Tirpitz that's 1/350 scale, and there were parts that were thinner than a hair. And I couldn't believe that. That's just crazy. I'm assuming for any other scale, like lower than 1/350, they're going to probably exclude that because you just wouldn't be able to see it. And Eric saying, it's easy, Ken. I did it with the Enterprise carrier. You did? Nice. I'll have to check that one out. Kevin was saying, not so bad. And the Mighty Mo, yeah. I was trying to source a 1/200, and I think I found one, but I'm going to definitely have to wait on that one because it's pretty expensive. It isn't a live stream if it goes smooth. That's so true, Kenny. So, but a couple of the other builds that I've got going that haven't really been featured on the channel much is I have this is, I think, the Mustang, the P-51 Mustang, or it might be the Spitfire. I think this is the Spitfire. So this was basically a kit that it's an airfix, or it's, you can't see the box here, but here's the box. This was an airfix kit that I grabbed these because they were $5 at Hobby Lobby, and I basically wanted to make a few test mules, and this is one of them. And I've already got the little dude all painted up inside, and he's looking pretty good, but I need to do the rest of the actual kit there. So just real quick before we go, let's see, the ump prime is the same as stynol res, at least 30 psi. You can warm it up in warm water. Oh, he always has. So Lewis has got to go to sleep. Yeah, take care. And right, I got to go now and sleep and dream about photo hash. Have fun and stay safe. Take care, Lewis. Thanks for joining me, and have a wonderful day at work tomorrow. Eric was saying later. And Mark was saying, I use a 0.5 needle and nozzle in my airbrush for stynol res. I use a 0.6, and that has made a huge difference. But I've moved to Mr. Surfacer 1200 black and gray. See, I want to try the Mr. Surfacer, so I did order some because I've never used it, and I've heard wonderful things about it. So thanks for that, Mark. I will definitely be giving that a try. And I ended up ordering the 1500, the 1200, and then I think 1000. So it'll be interesting to check those out. Kevin was saying goodbye to Lewis, and Mark was saying goodbye to Lewis, and Kenny was saying goodbye to Lewis. So again, this was just a test mule. When I was building this one, I had some issues with the landing gear. So the landing gear on these kits is super flimsy. So I think I'm just going to close it off, and this again will just become a test mule. So that's another one that I've just kind of been working on in the background. And then we have which is actually what this box is for. This is the Mini Craft. You can't see it because it's upside. I can't tip the box over, but this is a Mini Craft kit, and this is the USAF B25J, the Mini Craft version. And as you can see, I had to add nose weight, so I put some nose weight in there. And then on this version, the guns are missing. They don't have the guns in it. So this has kind of just been a fun little side project that I've been working on, just because I had it and it was super cheap. So it's been on the shelf for a little bit. And then we also have the P51 Mustang, which is going to basically be another, that's an Airfix kit, and that's just going to be another paint mule / whatever mule. But people have been asking to see different attempts at various things on the channel. So like with using different fillers and different primers and paints. And so I'm going to try to use those to showcase that. I also still have the Atlantis B24J bomber, which I'm not going to bring out right now because it's ugly. And I will never buy an Atlantis kit ever again. Just the amount of work that you have to put into that thing to even make it fit right was ridiculous. So I don't know. Some people like Atlantis, and I'm basing my whole experience off of one kit. But to be honest, like the issues that I've had with the B24J from Atlantis has just been not worth it. Steve was saying, see ya, take care. And Mark from Edinburgh says, Mr. Surfacer does smell, by the way. It's lacquer primer. That's what I've heard, but it's brilliant with MLT 4060 thinner mix. Okay, that's good. All right, so Nat has officially tucked Lewis and the kids in, and she is back. How's it going? So that is basically what is currently on the in progress bench. I do have So I do have a couple of others that are not quite as prudent to get done anytime soon. We have the BC 137C from the Freedom 1 from Minicraft Model Kits, and most of you have seen where it's at in its current state. It's basically all painted up, and I did this as part of a speed build, and it just it never made it to being finished. I had forgotten to clean up the cockpit and put that on before I painted, so I have to deal with that. And other than that, this one will be sitting on the shelf for maybe a couple months until I can bring it out and finish it up. And it's basically almost there, but just has a lot of little things I have to do to it. And then I need to figure out the blue that will go underneath. And then we also have the 32 Ford, which I don't even know. See, I put it back in the box the other day. So this is that AMT 132 Ford V8 Coupe, the scale stars. And where we're at with this one is I screwed up the by not cleaning up the panel line wash right away. So I still haven't decided if I'm going to dip this or just sand it down or try to use a thinner to clean it up. And then this again is in Lewis's favorite color. And then we have this, which needs some cleanup on it as well. And I really liked the pink, white, and black contrast. So I was really happy with that. So I'm excited to try to get this one done. And again, this one I'm not putting a whole lot of effort into making it just just right. What it is what it is when it's done, because it's more of a tabletop or a desktop model. So there is that. And then the last thing I need to talk about is the New York fire truck. So some of you probably watched me build the Agora Models New York Ladder 9 on a live stream. I'm in the process of trying to get that video edited down for part 1, just because I need to post that onto our website for the fire department. And for those of you that don't know, that I am donating my build once it's complete to my fire department that I work for, to our museum. And it's going to be a beautiful model once it's done. Chloe over at Model Mods, she's going to help try to get some extra parts and stuff to make it actually a functioning basically fire truck, so kids can play with it and interact with it and stuff like that. And so kind of what I've done is my chief, we talked about it a bit, and we are going to, so I have a Facebook group page that I'll be releasing hopefully this week. And there's also a donation page where all the donations that do come in for that will be going directly to the build and then to the fire department itself, because we are a volunteer fire department and we haven't been able to have our benefit, which we usually have. Because of COVID, we haven't had our annual benefit 2 years in a row. And so any proceeds from that don't go into the build, which basically what I mean by that is any extras that I have to buy. So any proceeds that come in from that go directly to the fire department, and then I'll be donating the actual build, which I'm paying for the build myself, will be going as a donation to the museum for kids to play with. So it'll be kind of fun because it'll be an interactive display where they can squirt water and pretend to put fire out, kind of like a fountain where the water will cycle through it. So anyways, that's kind of on the backlog there, but we'll be doing some with that. Hopefully by the end of this week, I'm going to try to spend my weekend working on that. So Kevin was saying, getting ready to pull the trigger on Airfix 172nd F14 and an F5 MiG-28 Top Gun kits. That will be very cool. I'll try giving the bird dial. That will be super awesome. That'll be cool to see. And you can always head over to HobbyLink International and follow that build from Kevin. And then Kenny was saying, just found me some Christmas diamond art. Very nice, very nice. Nat approves. And Kenny is off to the post office to drop off some orders. I will be back and check if you're still here. No worries, Kenny. Take care, and we will see you later. And Kevin was saying goodbye to Kenny, and Nat was saying, did you find out the right hose color in the end? So I haven't had time to research that. So to be honest, it might be right because it came with the black. It's kind of it's more of like a, I don't know. It's like a black hose to me, or a green hose. And so with our department, we use two different color hoses. We use yellow and orange. And for wildland fires, some of our hoses are white. Some of the smaller, like 1 inch or 3/4 inch line. But for any of our fire trucks, everything is so you have two different lines. You have the black or the yellow, and then the orange. And I know most fire departments follow that same rule, and I have very rarely seen that kind of black color hose or green, unless it's with like the Forest Service. But even then, the Forest Service around here, they use pretty much the same colors as we do. So I need to do a bit more research on that, Nat, and then I will figure it out and go from there. Trying to replicate that would be fairly easy, I think, but I do need to check that out. So now saying goodbye to Kenny. In fact, that was one on my list of things to do this week, was to kind of research the Ladder 9 itself and see kind of what it actually looked like, get some reference photos and all that, and put them into my file. I had done a lot of the reference material for the Hind, and so I have a lot of that, which is really nice to have just when you're trying to do the interiors and stuff. And so I'm not sure with the actual livery that I'm going with if the interior is going to be different. The Quinta set it's not for the D, which is what I have, but mine, I don't think in the end it's going to be a D. But other than that, that's pretty much what's going to be going on here. And I would do some painting, but I'm not all set up for that, to do that on Livestream right now. And we're about an hour and 15 minutes into the stream. So maybe just spend a few more minutes with you guys hanging out and chatting, and then call it good. But next week, most likely we'll be doing some painting on the channel for the live stream, and I'll make sure to have everything set up for that. But just see, we have 6 people watching at the moment. Just kind of curious what everybody's working on their end. And trying to think here. And Mary's in. Hi, Mary. How are you? It's always good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're having a good day. You've been posting quite a bit lately, which is always nice to see. And let's see. Just saw something the other day. You were doing a puzzle. That's right. And I meant to go over and check that out. I'm doing pretty good, Mary. Thank you so much. Other than my back, so it's kind of been a rough couple of days. One other thing, I guess, yeah, I did want to say I am now over 200. So we met the 200 mark so far with subscribers, and that means we are only 300 away from a giveaway. So 300 more subscribers, and I will be doing my first giveaway on the channel. There's more information on that down in the videos in the description. You will find a special link to kind of a giveaway that I was going to do when I reach 500 subscribers and then when I reach 1,000. And now it's saying just working on my 1-to-1 scale tea evening meal, chili con carne and chips. That sounds delicious. And Mary says that is awesome. That's great. Thank you. And I think for the first giveaway, we were doing the mug, which I have down here, but I'm not really ready to pull it out because it's way down there. One thing I can show you guys is for those of you building the Ecto 1 that are going to carry on with it if you ever get your parts. Model Mods, so Chloe over at Model Mods in the UK has the Ecto 1 Power Mod, and I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to double check, but I think Partwork Upgrades might have one as well. And so she sent me this. This was about I think after shipping and all that, it came to about $70 or $100. I can't remember. Shipping was probably the most expensive part, but I'll pull out some of the stuff here that you get with this, and it comes with all of the electronics and stuff, because basically what this is going to do is just plug into the wall. So you have your power adapter here, which allows you to use different plugs, and mine came with 4 different options. So you'd use that, and then this is the power, so you just plug it into the wall, and then this part you end up putting into the fuel tank where the batteries typically would go on the model itself for the Ecto 1, and then you just plug this end into it. And the other cool thing that came with it, so you have a extension cable, so you can have, I think this is about 6 feet long or so, and then the power switch, so you can just flip it on and off. And this is actually pretty exciting, and one reason why maybe I would continue with building the Ecto 1 is just because I have this now, and I had already spent the money on it, that it would behoove me to maybe just continue with the Ecto 1, but I'm still on the fence about that. When it comes to the Enterprise, that, like I said at the beginning of the live stream, I will have an answer for you guys most likely at the end of next month if I'm going to continue that, because I haven't received anything from Eagle Moss for months. So let me get a sip of coffee here real quick. And if you are interested in getting this power mod, just head over to modelmods.com. And I believe there is a little bit of a waiting list for these. I had to wait 3 or 4 months, but no problem. I mean, she sent everything over, and there might be less of a waiting time now for you to get yours. So the LEDs that I have received from Steve over at the Maker's Cave. So if you're not familiar with the Maker's Cave, he has a YouTube channel called the Maker's Cave, obviously, and that is Steve. And he does a lot of the various part works. And I'm trying to see right now where Eleanor, let me go grab that real quick. So Steve over at the Maker's Cave, I've been meaning to do a video on this particular set that Steve sent me, but Steve has created for the front end of the Eleanor Mustang, the Gone in 60 Seconds Mustang, as you can see it right here. So as it comes to you, the only lights that light up are the headlights right there, and then these two down here in the grill. But then you've got, let's see if I'm doing this backwards. So if you see these lights, the fog lights, and then the daytime running lights, these are the blinkers, I think, and then fog lights or daytime running lights. Either way, they don't light up. And a lot of us, think, well, hey, for what we're paying, those should light up. Well, Steve over at the Maker's Cave has come up with a brilliant solution, and he sent me his modification for this, and I'll show you real quick the little pamphlet he printed out, the grill light modification kit for the Eagle Moss 1/8 scale Eleanor Mustang. And it's very detailed, lets you know what all is in the pack and how to modify everything to install them. And again, since I'm kind of stalled on the Mustang, it might be a good time to do a video on installing these. I just don't have any way to test it. But here are the LEDs themselves. And I think he does. They are pre-resistored and pre-wired and all that. And then he's got the little mounting brackets. And I'm not going to pull them out of the package, but there's the blue ones and then the white ones for that particular for those particular lights. And so I don't have any way to power them at the moment. So what I'm going to do is maybe install them, and I'll do a video of me installing them on the channel, and also do kind of a just a quick review of how easy it was to put them in. But I do want to thank Steve over at the Model Maker's Cave for sending me these, and I will be doing a separate video on it. So that is another pretty exciting modification. And since I'm going to be continuing with this build, I definitely will be utilizing those. One other thing that we in the community that are building these have asked for is the grills. So there's a guy out there called Mike Lane Mods, and Mike Lane has made a metal grill for the kit car. So the kit from Knight Rider. And these are plastic, and I hate them. They're, it's like, really? You couldn't produce a metal grill for this? So what Mike Lane Mods is doing at this time, and I don't know when they'll be available for purchase, but what Mike is doing is creating a metal grill to put in on the top and the bottom, which will be pretty exciting. So as soon as he comes out with those, I'm going to be most likely purchasing those and installing them on my bumper, which will be really cool. The couple other modifications for the Eleanor that I got were these metal disc brakes. So these will replace the ugly plastic ones, and just kind of show them to you. I haven't installed them yet. Just really haven't had time, and I need to clean them up and paint everything before I put it all together. So I'll be doing a video on that. And for, I think, I want to say it was about $40. I got 4 disc brakes. So they were $10 a piece, which to me is a little expensive, but in the end, the look of them was really cool. And if you go to check out the Maker's Cave's channel, Steve, he actually did a really neat modification to his to just make them look really good. The big issue that everybody has with this kit, and probably the #1 issue, are this is your air cleaner, It's garbage. It's out of scale. It's not right. It just looks like crap. And it says Eleanor on it. Then you've got your valve covers. No detail whatsoever. They're really just, they don't look that great. So I found this guy on Facebook that decided to make a couple of modification molded or modified air cleaners as well as the valve covers. And so here's what I got. And I can't remember how much this was, but you have the valve covers, which let's see if that'll focus. Kind of doubt it will. But it says Cobra on it. I need to paint these up, but it's also got a lot more detail in it, which looks a heck of a lot better. And then this is the proper air cleaner. So take a look at the size difference. So this is the proper air cleaner. This is what Eagle Moss sends you. Completely ridiculous. So I ended up ordering the upgrade version, which is definitely going to look a lot better, and it fits perfectly on the actual engine block itself. And I don't think you guys will be able to see it, but it also says Cobra, which is more accurate to the actual model itself. So this resin kit, right, or this was 3D printed. I'm assuming it's resin, but yeah, this was a heck of a lot nicer looking. And I just need to paint everything up, and then I will be putting these onto the Eleanor build itself. And I'm not really sure when I'm going to do that. Maybe when I have a little bit more downtime. And I still haven't received any new packs of the Eleanor Mustang. So hopefully soon I'll receive some new ones. I do have some backlog, which I'll be posting on the channel in the next few weeks. But one thing that might be cool is to just, in the time that I'm waiting for the other parts from Eagle Moss, is just to work on these and get them installed onto the model. But overall, very, very happy. I mean, I cannot believe that this is what Eagle Moss sent you, and this is what is supposed to be on there. So, I mean, that's my 2 cents. And you know, you don't have to go out and spend the extra money on extra parts. But to be honest, even though the Gone in 60 Seconds Eleanor Mustang is supposed to be a static model, it's like, you know, come on. I mean, some things just you can't just send us, you know, crappy parts like that, because you are going to open the hood, you're going to show it to friends, and if the engine looks like crap, it's like, really? So I'm kind of glad that I did order those parts, and that's another reason, because I have so much extra money invested into the Eleanor that I'm going to continue it. But in the long run, the Eleanor build, believe it or not, is one of the better looking builds out there. So that Eagle Moss has. So I think this Eleanor kit has definitely been the better of all of the Eagle Moss kits, and the quality is superb. So let's see, catch up on chat here. We have Josh in from Wisdom Design. Hi, Mary. And Kenny saying hey to Mary. Kenny's back. Well, I missed a bunch of chat up here. Josh is saying, what's up, everybody? And Kenny was saying he's back, and everybody saying hi to each other. And Josh saying hi to Mary and Kenny. And Nat was saying, welcome back, Kenny. Yeah, that was a quick trip to the post office, Kenny. And Nat was saying hi to Josh and Mary. And Kenny saying thanks to Nat. And Mary saying hi to Nat, the dexterous crafter. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the Eleanor Mustang, for those of you that have been curious. And the Enterprise is probably going to fall to the wayside. Just because from what I've been watching from other people, it's not, the quality isn't there, and the overall fit issues that people have been having. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'll let you guys know more later. So if you are interested in any of the upgrades that I do have for the kits that I'm working on, like the Ecto 1 Power Mod, as well as the stuff that Steve sent me from the Model Maker's Cave, as well as part work upgrades. You can always head down in the description down below. I need to add Steve to that, so I'll be adding that after the stream is over. But you can always just email me too, or you can send, put a comment down in the comment section below the video once this goes or become, I don't know if, yeah, once this becomes a video on YouTube, then you can post a comment down below, and I will try to get that information back to you guys. So that is basically all I have for today. If any of you have any other questions or anything, or want me to show anything, let me know real quick. But I do appreciate everybody popping in and watching the live stream, the Monday morning coffee, or Monday coffee with Kalan. My coffee is now cold, as it usually is. But I do appreciate everybody stopping by. If you're not a member of HobbyLink International, please go check out the community. You can always go to HobbyLink. There is a link in the description down below, but you can go to the HobbyLink International website, and you can check out all the wonderful things that they have available in the shop for sale. And if you'd like to check out the forum and the community, there's a community tab at the top of the webpage, and you can head over and check out the community. And if you like what you see, you can join the community and be informed whenever anybody's posting new content and new things like that, as well as when Kenny goes live and does his live streams, which are obviously the best part of HobbyLink International. We all love Kenny. So I'm going to pop back over here because we have Bud from HobbyLink International is in. Top, how's it going? Hi, all. Mary saying hi to Bud. And, or not. Sorry, Bud's not top. Sorry, Buck is top. Bud is down in Texas, and he's a wonderful member of the HobbyLink International community. Just got his shop all set up and is ready to start building. So we're eager to see some of the stuff that Bud starts putting out. He is new to 3D printing, which is really cool, and I'm excited to see his adventure into 3D printing. Mary says hi to Bud. Nat was saying hi, and Kenny was saying hi to Bud, and Josh was saying, we'll back to work later, everybody. See you later, Josh. It's always good to see you, and thanks for the interview this weekend. If you don't know, Josh had me on his channel, Wisdom Design, on Saturday, and did an interview with me, which was a lot of fun. And he always does wonderful interviews with different modelers. Bud was saying hi, Mary and Dexterous, and hey, Kenny. And now was saying goodbye to Josh. And Kenny was saying it is 2 minutes away, but sometimes at this time you can get caught in there for a while. Yeah, this time of day, our post office is so full. So I usually tend to go either very early in the morning or later after about 1 or 2, things die down a little bit. Kenny was saying, Nat, I have to catch you on Facebook groups at some point to see what I need for the Diamond Art. That's great. Dirk's in. What's up, Model Maniacs? Dirk, you're late. It's all good to see you, Dirk. Thanks for stopping by. Kenny was saying hi to Dirk. You missed all the good filler in the middle, Dirk. Now I was saying that's fine, Kenny. There's also a Diamond Art intro video on my channel that hopefully helps. That's true. Head over to Dexter's Crafters YouTube and check out her great videos that she has posted. She also does a live stream with her husband, the model making trucker Lewis, every Friday night. So it's at 8 o'clock their time, 8 p.m. their time in Great Britain. So if you're on the East Coast, well, okay, for me it's 12 o'clock noon, and I'm on the Pacific Standard Time. And for the East Coast, it would be about 3 o'clock, I believe. And then we've got Kenny saying, cool, I will check it out. And Bud was saying, I just logged on. Can you start over? I could. You know, a lot of people have joined since I started, and they kind of joined late in the street, so we could always start over. Dirk was saying, Heidi ho. And Kenny was saying, thank you, Kalan. You're very welcome, Kenny, as always. And Mary was saying, later, have a great day, my friend. All right, well, Nat was saying, thank you for the great live stream, and shout out, Kalan. You are very welcome, Nat. And Dirk was saying, hi, what up, Kenneth? So with that, I've pretty much gone over everything that is on the table for me, which is a lot. So bear with me as I try to get some new content up on the channel. Some days it's going to be hard for me to get 2 videos. Sometimes I'm trying to get 3 a week because there will be some downtime once I go back to work, and I'll probably only be able to post 1 video a week when that happens. So. But in the meantime, I'm just going to try to knock everything out and get as many videos up on the channel as possible. Kenny was saying Nada's still setting up the new computer. Kenny got a new laptop because he needed it very much so. And so that's always fun, setting up a new computer. So thank you, everybody. It has been so much fun. I always do enjoy these live streams, and it's always fun to kind of chat with everybody in the community and you know, kind of see what they're doing as well. So that's one of the greatest things about HobbyLink International is it doesn't matter what time of day or what day it is. There's usually somebody streaming from the community or posting video or pictures of their new content that they're working on. So, you know, it's always a great place to go check out. Dirk say fun times, and now you'll have no excuse for a crappy live stream. That's right, Kenny. Great stream, Kalan. Thank you. And I think with that, we are going to go ahead and end this. So thanks again for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Maybe need the outro. There we go.